The MCG. Melbourne going through a slump, but in 4th place on the ladder, still under pressure to hold their place in the top 5. Playing Footscray out of the 5 on percentage and on the improve, having won 4 out of their last 5 games. Well, in the first half, it didn't look like they could threaten the teams above them on the ladder. It was pressure football, but not very pretty. And at the long break, Footscray led by 9 points. But the game certainly burst into life in the 3rd quarter. We pick it up at the start of the 2nd half, and with me in commentary, Peter McKenna and Bernie Quinlan. So not much in this. Footscray leading by 9 points as we start the 2nd half. O'Dwyer wins another hit out, but it goes straight to Terry Wallace. He's kicked a half forward. Hawkins rather, spoiled from behind. It comes down to Campbell. Wide to Beasley. Beautiful play. And when you've got a youngster delivering the ball as well as that to the veteran Simon Beasley, he could finish up with a lot more than his 3 goals set.
And on the wrong foot. As far as he's concerned, he's a right footer, Bernie.
Yes, perfect delivery there by Campbell on the left foot. Obviously done a lot of work on that left side of his body.
Young Campbell, just 19 years of age. He's played 5 games in his VFL career. Simon Beasley has been around for a lot longer than that. He's kicked 3 already, and this one goes through for number 4.
Oh. Well, that's a good thing about Simon Beasley. If he gets the ball, he doesn't often miss from that range, from the 30 to 40 metre range. And he really converts well. Kicked 4 goals, 1. And there's Campbell, who delivered the ball to Simon Beasley, walking back to the goal square. There's a mark of Beasley. Of course, Sean White had no chance of doing anything. And as I said, the good thing about Simon Beasley, he doesn't miss too many from that 30 to 40 metre range.
What a beautiful kick. You'll see the way he allowed there, and the breeze just swung it back in beautifully. Well, that's exactly what Melbourne did not want. There's O'Dwyer. He gets a lot of hit outs, but a lot of them go to the opposition, as you could see there again. That was Davies to Wallace. Now this is Foster here. They come again, the Bulldogs. The high one. Beasley in front. Just touches it and off his hands and through for a point, but they're doing all the attacking, Bernie.
Melbourne have made a few changes. Williams has gone to full forward. Steins has gone to centre half forward, and Campbell is now playing at centre half back.
Well, I thought that had happened with David Williams. As I said earlier, that's his best position, full forward. There's a hand pass by Terry Wallace, but he goes in and gets his own hand pass. This will be a mark. Oh, Beasley nearly got in the way of Steve McPherson. But oh, what a bad start this by Melbourne. McPherson's marked 20 metres out, directly in front, and could be the 2nd one of the quarter coming up to the Bulldogs.
Well, it should be. It's only, what, 30 metres out, Steve McPherson.
Well, he's played a good game. He hasn't kicked the goal yet. This will be tough for Melbourne if he kicks theirs. There it is. I think he's put it through. Yes, he has.
Yes, this has been a great start by Footscray. Only 2.5 minutes gone into this 3rd quarter, and already they've kicked 2 goals, 1 to Beasley and there the 2nd one to Steve McPherson. And although Melbourne have made a lot of changes, they are not getting the ball out of the centre, and it's also very important to get that first usage of the ball.
Well, I didn't like before the game when they had Steins at full back. Now they've got Steins at centre half forward, so they really have panicked today, Melbourne.
Once again, O'Dwyer goes in ruck. This one uncontested. Can he find a teammate? Yes, he does on this occasion. Phoebe up towards half forward. Williams into the play on the forward line for the first time, but can't take clean possession. And that one's socked away by number 64, who's Hanbury, isn't it?
Matthew Hanbury. Well, Hunter, is it?
44, I think it is.
No, 64. There's no 64 in the book. You work out who it is.
64.
We think Mark Hunter, who should be wearing number 44. Johnson, a little hand pass to Lovell. He's intercepted by McGuinness. Oh, clever Cousins to Ford. Out in front of Wallace. Great play, Footscray. Wallace, a good long penetrating kick for him. Foster couldn't quite take the mark. It comes to Yates. And Yates breaks for Melbourne and kicks a 60-metre one back to half forward. Line at the back, couldn't get there. And the ball has bounced out of bounds for a throw-in.
Well, you wouldn't believe, Bernie, this is that same Melbourne side from early in the season or from the end of last season.
No, they've lost everything at the moment. I think all the moves that have been made have really unsettled the side.
Well, there's McGuinness. Hasn't been outstanding, but everything he does is, oh, look at the skills of McLean. Cleverly to Wallace. Back it comes. This is McGuinness again. Onto the right foot he goes. Foster! Oh, what a good mark to Peter Foster. He had his name written all over it. He plays on. Beasley. Beasley and Sean White. Beasley in front. Yes! Top mark. What a good mark and the advantage of having a top full forward.
Yes, and they've got much better high marks on the forward line, Footscray, than have Melbourne. Of course, they've got Foster took that screamer. And Simon Beasley doing the right thing, playing in front. I thought it was set up for Sean White to spoil it, but good strong mark to Simon Beasley.
Well, he's kicked 4 goals, and as we said earlier before the game, Bernie, he was going to be the key to this game. I couldn't see anyone stopping him in that Melbourne side. Sean White's going to have problems. Going for goal number 5, Simon Beasley from directly in front. He kicks and goals.
And that's 3 goals in 5 minutes to Footscray. So it's just a start that Melbourne didn't need. They've really struggled to hang into this game in that first half. And Beasley with 2 quick goals. McPherson 1 quick goal, and the move's been made. Here's the mark to Beasley. I thought White should have been able to do better than that. But Beasley kicking his 5th goal, 5 goals won. The move's been made. Campbell back to full forward, to full back playing on Beasley, and Sean White out playing on Peter Foster.
I think he'll be too short for Beasley. Campbell, Drew.
Well, they've been ringing around the rosy down there for opponents for Simon Beasley. Footscray forward out of the middle again. They're cutting them to pieces at the moment. McGuinness to half forward. Hawkins couldn't quite take the mark, but he did pretty well to spoil Yates, and Yates gave the hand pass to Wallace. Centering kick, Beasley at the back. Oh, he's got it again. Courageous mark by Simon Beasley. A shirt full of broken ribs, but the mark right in front.
He's going to kick double figures today. I reckon it's nothing surer, Bernie.
Yes, well, I don't know about Campbell at fullback either. Here's a mark to Beasley. Ooh, he really copped it too from Phoebe. Both players had their eyes on the ball. Well, I think the trainer there indicating that Beasley got it in the side of the neck, but I'm sure when he sees how far out he is, he'll recover very quickly.
He's a true full forward, and once he sees those big sticks, he'll make a miraculous recovery.
Well, Beasley's had 6 kicks. He's kicked 5 goals, 1, and that was his 5th mark. And Footscray are burning at the start of this 3rd quarter. Doug Hawkins coming off in his 200th game. Beasley from right in front. 20 metres out. Gets number 6. Well, Melbourne haven't been forward in this. Around Pax Footscray. Lost the hit outs, but got it out. Steins in front, can't mark. Healy taps over, and it's taken away by Wigney to half forward. White with a bit of courage there. Grinter, he was out, but the ball was in, and he gained about 20 metres, and will have a throw in.
Well, this is right in front of the commentary box, and 26 plays 60, and well, they could run right away with it here, the Bulldogs. Big fist away was by Steins, but Wigney in front was very slow to get rid of it. That's holding the ball. And the Melbourne supporters delighted that something has finally gone their way. Ricky Jackson coming for kick number 2. Now he centred it to the right spot, but their forward line is pathetic today, Melbourne. A hand pass, Darren Baxter, he took that mark, then gave it across to Steve Wallace. This is McPherson, a good mark. They've got winners everywhere, Footscray at the moment. McPherson, the short one, always set it up for Campbell. It's fisted away from him. Darren Davies waits at the base of the pack. Was he out? No, said the boundary up. Yes, he was, in fact, and he doesn't believe he was. And the boundary umpire will throw it in.
Well, John Northey said last week that the Melbourne players had slipped into a feeling that they were in a comfort zone. Do you think that they're still showing that today?
No doubt.
Steins gets the hand pass away. Here goes Alan Johnson. Beautiful pass. Oh, that's magnificent football. And David Williams could kick this from 50.
It's an open goal.
Yes, nobody in the goal square. He goes long. Lovell at the back. But it went through for a behind.
Well, I feel that they've got to put Williams in, leave him there at full forward and get him to lead and just kick it low to him. There's Simon Eichelt on the bench.
Broken nose and all. Well, that was Melbourne's first score for the term in 11.5 minutes.
Well, Michael Ford has been one of that terrific band of defenders for Footscray. Gee, they're working well as a unit down there. Big fist away, straight to Wallace. That was brilliant play. Stephen Wallace over the top. He goes to Foster. Foster to Davies, and here they come again, the Bulldogs. Davies to half forward. Campbell, he's got another mark. Well, what an impressive youngster this guy is. That's 11 kicks and 6 marks. What a good performance at half forward, and a booming drop punt. Beasley, oh, nearly took it again. He's got it. Now he loses it. Flintoff over the top. Gives it away towards Coop. Coop coming out of defence, brings it to centre wing. Stretch, takes a good mark.
He really did stretch for that one. Top mark overhead. Well, Melbourne needing to show their best form for a month to get back into this game. Excellent mark by Cousins on O'Dwyer. 60 plays 27. And is this the same team that was in second place on the ladder and cruising to the double chance in the finals not long ago? Mark to Royal, off to Terry Wallace. Campbell again. Got there a little bit too late. Lovett, or going the wrong way, loses control. McPherson, he's got, oh, but he fumbled it. He's got Beasley unmarked in the goal square, but he couldn't get it to him. Here's McGuinness to try. Campbell off the ground, who'd left Beasley 30 metres behind. Lovett to Lyon. If Footscray can get it, Beasley, McPherson might kick it himself. There's nobody coming towards him. Goal to Footscray, as easy as you like.
Oh. Well, that was great pressure there by the Footscray forwards. They held the ball into their forward line, and that's something Melbourne hasn't done. Footscray have ran the ball really easily out of the back line, and on the forward line they've fought tenaciously to keep it in there. There's McPherson, who's kicked his second goal. And look at this replay. McPherson does it easily. It ended up a very easy goal, but they did plenty of hard work in the build-up. And there it was. Good shepherding on the way in also by the Footscray forwards. And McPherson, as I said, kicks his second goal.
Well, there was a comment made during the week in the press in Melbourne that Footscray played junkyard dog football, and I reckon that's a pretty apt description. They really harass and they chase and they pressurise and they do all the hard things in football, and again they're going to get a kick out of the centre because they put themselves in. This is Richard Cousins. He'll probably go long to Beasley. There he is. Beasley in front. Ducks back. Campbell is the first to read it well. Gets onto the left foot. Tries to keep it back into play. He's got the hand out there from Phoebe. Phoebe was a shocking kick because it went straight to Steve Wallace. Wallace goes in. Oh, good play by Stephen Wallace. McPherson's had an excellent day also. He brings it towards full forward. Beasley at the back. Steins at the front. Punched away from Steins by Sean White. This is Darren Collins straight on the ground. Straightens up. Oh, he's hit the post. So that's the former Collingwood player, number 34, on the ground. And unluckily for him, he hit the post.
Yes, it could have been a mark out of Foster too. I think the umpire would have just about paid that one had he got that third or fourth bite to it.
The Footscray in this quarter have added 5 goals too, and that's nearly double what they scored in the entire first half when they kicked 5-5. Here's McGuinness thumping into the goal square again. Beasley with the sit and a mark.
Too tall.
Too easy. Too easy. Too easy in that forward line.
Melbourne have just got nothing going for them at the moment, Bernie.
Oh, look, as John Northey said, the wheels have really fallen off Melbourne the last month or so. There's a mark to Beasley coming from behind. Took it over Campbell, who's been Beasley's third opponent for the afternoon.
Well, Campbell's just not big enough to play at fullback on Beasley's 6'4".
And Campbell's only been there about 12 minutes, and this will be the third goal kicked on him.
Simon Beasley from directly in front has put it through again.
Melbourne have added a point.
Well, there's Sean White doing the ruck work, but nothing really came of that. Quick hand pass comes out to Healy, who's been very quiet, to Yates, to half back. Cousins, oh, he does a lot of heavy work too. Kicked away by Baxter. Back it comes towards half forward. Brett Lovett, oh, he loses it. Now it's Jimmy Steins, a quick kick on the left foot, but this will bounce Footscray's way too. And they've got it. Steve Wallace. Back it comes to Foster. Foster will look for Beasley. Beasley against Campbell. Beasley ducks back. Campbell a good effort that time. He's under pressure. No, he keeps it back in play. Good play by Tony Campbell. Beautiful football as he sprints down the ground. He runs to half back. It's a shocking kick though, and straight into the hands of McPherson, who drops it. Johnson's there though to retrieve it. A hand pass back. Cousins is there. He loses it. This is Lovell. Comes across further afield towards Lyon. Here's a chance for Melbourne as Williams gets it back to Stretch.
And Stretch pops it over the top for Dean, who marks 55 metres from goal near the boundary line. Too far out to score. Melbourne goalless this quarter. And it is possible that they could miss the 5. And about 3 weeks ago, they were second on the ladder. Dean's kick, centering effort. O'Dwyer's there. Johnson gets the goal.
Well, a belated goal, I suppose, in this third quarter. 22 minutes gone. And that's about their only bright spot for the quarter. Alan Johnson kicking that goal. But they've been completely thrashed across the centre line. The Rovers have been killing the Melbourne small men. Here it is. It spills through to Johnson. And I suppose just a lucky goal, but that's the way Melbourne have got their goals today. They've done nothing really constructive going into that forward line. Been thrashed around the centre.
Well, Melbourne have won most of the hit-outs, but Footscray seem to get out of the centre all the time. Here's Michael McLean, a quick hand pass to Terry Wallace. A hurry kick finds Cousins. Cousins off the side of the boot. Straight to Grinter. Now Melbourne look better as Grinter puts it out in front of Lovett. Can he get there? He's got 2 to beat. He's caught. A hand pass goes straight to Hanbury. He gets away easy. Gee, they back up well, Footscray. Hanbury towards half-forward. This is Foster in the centre of the pack. Thumps it away. Kicked off the ground by Sean White, but it comes straight to Terry Wallace. He's caught. Gets in a hand pass to Johnson. Johnson for Melbourne to Lovett. Lovett to half-forward. Williams, good play. Couldn't quite control the mark. Good play too by Eccleston. He'll head for the boundary line, Greg Eccleston. You can bet on that. He does that. And over the line. Good defensive football.
Yes, great stuff from Eccleston. They've got a very tight-knit defence, this Footscray side.
6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cousins and O'Dwyer. Well, Cousins got a hand to that. Once again, it's gone to the opposition, to Dean, who almost kicked it backwards, but it's inside centre half forward. Chance for Phoebe. His soccer is blocked. Williams, nobody in the goal square. Chance. Another one for the Demons.
Yes, well, that's Melbourne's second goal, but they've really struggled to get that ball past the half-forward line. And I suppose that's just another lucky goal they could put that down to. It really spilled to no one there. There it is in that forward line. The ball spills free again. Good play there by Davies. He just couldn't stay on his feet. But it spills out to Williams, and no one back in the goal square to cut that one off for Footscray.
Well, he's still their best bet at full forward, David Williams, and he should have started there right from the beginning. Instead of experimenting with full forwards, he's proved he can kick goals. Well, here they come again. At least they're playing better football now, Melbourne. Stephen Stretch has tried hard all day. It's at half forward. A couple of quick goals and they might get themselves back in this. That was Hunter towards half forward. The bounce favours Campbell. Brilliant play, Campbell to Foster. Beasley ducks back. He's got the sit on Tony Campbell. Beasley. Oh, should have marked that one. He was in the perfect position, Bernie.
Well, he's got to do what he was doing earlier, Simon Beasley. Not just stand in that goal square. He must keep on leading.
34 points the difference. A couple of quick goals and Melbourne would be right back in this.
As a matter of fact, if he at the last minute taken his hand away from that, it might have been a Foster goal. Oh, beautiful spoil from behind by Campbell to Royal. Here they go. Cousins with a snap for goal. A beauty.
And Cousins kicks his first goal for the afternoon. But great play there by young Campbell, who saw the danger from that kick out to Jimmy Steins, who was standing still. It gave Campbell the chance to dash in there, get the punch away. Good roving by Royal. A top hand pass, and Richard Cousins, who's been a good player around the ground for Footscray all afternoon, topped it off with an excellent goal.
Well, 40 points the difference, and we've got just over 5 minutes of play left in this quarter. And the Bulldogs, oh, he played well, Darren Davies. Long kick towards half forward. That's Peter Road on the ground for Melbourne. Sean White is not in good form in recent weeks. This time he taps it across to Yates. Yates to centre wing. Phoebe couldn't take the mark. Baxter's in there after it. The loose one comes towards Cousins and Lovell. Good play by Anthony Lovell. Now it's Warren Dean coming in to lend a hand. A quick hand pass to Steve O'Dwyer. He taps it on beautifully to Phoebe. Phoebe runs to 50 metres. He's got an open goal. Eccleston ducks back and taps it through from behind. And boy, is he a reliable defender.
Yes, I suppose Melbourne have really shown their best form in the last 5 minutes. A couple of promising forward moves, a couple of goals, but still a long way behind.
Short pass in by Eccleston, and he's kicked it out without anybody touching it. And a penalty free kick to Melbourne, to Stephen Phoebe, who had that last shot at goal. Tasmanian, who was their #1 draft pick last year. Phoebe kicking from 50, won't make it. Steins with the height there, can't take the mark. Lovell gets the hand pass. Johnson, second goal for the turn, or hit the post. Alan Johnson, 1 goal, 1. 80 to 42. Well, Melbourne's play has improved, but can you see them getting back into this game? There's about just less than 4 minutes left in this quarter, and then another half an hour.
Steve O'Dwyer has battled really hard in the ruck, but a lot of his hit-outs end up with the opposition players. Steins a chance. Good mark. Good strength. He started off at full back. I don't think that was a good move. They really need his height up forward, Steins. And they could certainly do with a goal from the big Irishman here. He's only 20 metres out, 45-degree angle. And to say they need the goal is an absolute understatement. He's put it through.
Yes, and he kicks the ball very well, doesn't he, Jimmy Steins, for a player who grew up on Gaelic football. Good mark there, and usage of his body was excellent to take that mark in front of Wigney. There's a kick from Jimmy Steins, and he is a very good kick for goal for a player who didn't grow up playing Australian rules football.
The Melbourne fans starting to find some voice. They trailed by 45 points about 6 minutes ago. Now it's back to 32. Here's a push in the back.
Clever play. Clever play by Wallace. Positioned his body perfectly to get that free kick.
Nobody on the mark. Wallace straight up the centre of the ground. Foster's there. White spoils. Tapped over cleverly, but it goes to Royal. Phoebe starts it off with the hand pass to Coop. Steins again. He dashes back with Wigney. Wigney first to recover, but he gave the hand pass away. Chance for Steins to get it back from Healy, but Wigney did pretty well to make Healy run out of room, and it'll be a boundary throw. It's a free kick actually to Greg Healy. Williams underneath the ball. Dean, yes, no, the mark not paid.
Ooh, that looked the mark.
Well, he had 2 bites at it, but I think he dropped it as he hit the ground. Let's have another look at that one. There's one grab. No, I agree with the umpire. Play on.
No wonder you won a Brownlow medal, Bernie Quinlan. It's right in front of the Melbourne goal. There must be about 20 players around that bounce. There's been some wrestling going. There's a quick kick, comes to Lyon, smothered beautifully by McPherson. He dives in after it. Back it comes to Lyon. Cousins is there now. Terry Wallace gets into the action. Right in front of the Melbourne goal, and we've got 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in this quarter. They really do need a couple of quick goals. Certainly one. That was Greg Healy. Just hasn't had a good year. They're falling down around the packs. He and Ricky Jackson not in good form. There's Steins out of the pack. A quick kick. Lovell has got it. Hooks it back. Clever play. Coop lines up the goals. Fires. Hooks it straight across the face and out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a penalty kick down there to the Bulldogs.
I don't know why Coop didn't go back and have a shot at goal. I thought that was a good pass there, and would have been a mark.
There's the kick in towards halfback. Foster flies but can't mark. Lyon, the hand pass to Flintoff. Demon's looking better. Healy inboard to Dean. Back to Healy. The skipper might get the goal. Good kick. Just missed. And he couldn't believe that decision. I think he thought it was through for a goal.
Must have been horribly close.
Well, they've been a bit unlucky. Alan Johnson hit the post, and that was certainly close enough to have hit the post, although it sailed over it. If they can get another one in the last 45 seconds, maybe they're close enough to mount a charge.
Well, it's on centre wing. It was Sean White with a quick hand, but Terry Wallace was nearly run over there by Stephen O'Dwyer. McGuinness to Royal, the two champion Rovers combining. Davies has been an excellent player, Darren Davies. 30 seconds to go in this quarter. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get one. Steve Wallace loses it. Foster A quick hand pass. Out it comes to Campbell. Here's the danger man. He runs to half forward. He fires at goal. Beasley. Yes, he pushed him out. A slight little nudge, but it's a mark to Beasley. With 12 seconds to go, Simon Beasley will come right around on the boundary line. And the clock ticking down.
You don't often see it, Pete, but he's going for his 5th goal for the quarter.
Well,
yeah, there was a little bit of a nudge there, but nothing in it. So I think the umpire did the right thing in allowing the mark.
well, he's kicked 7. And if he runs out, it's play on, and the siren will go. There's the siren. So he's sensibly, very experienced, Beasley. He's going back to have a set shot. Now, Simon Beasley, as I said, he's kicked 7, going for goal number 8. It's a very good kick. Vital kick, this one. Really rubbed the hammer on the nail. There's a kick. He's put it through for his 8th goal. What a great effort.
In that 3rd quarter to lead by 37 points at the last change, but in the last quarter, when the game was really all over, Melbourne kicked 8 goals to 4, and the margin at the end was only 10 points. For Footscray, Beasley starred with 9 goals, 5 in that 3rd quarter, and for Melbourne, Johnson, Steins and Williams each kicked 3 goals. One report, Steve McPherson reported for allegedly deliberately striking O'Dwyer with the left fist to the stomach during the 2nd quarter. We'll be back with a match wrap-up of today.